Good morning, America. For our viewers in the West, the death toll from the California fires rising as we get a clearer picture of the scope of the devastation with fires still raging. Utter devastation. More than 10,000 structures destroyed or damaged. Entire neighborhoods wiped out. Families returning home to what looks like a war zone, hoping to salvage anything from where their houses once stood. Overnight, the Kenneth fire quickly scorching nearly 1,000 acres in just hours, forcing more people to evacuate at a moment's notice. Our team is on the ground covering it all, and Ginger with when the worst of the powerful winds will be over.
Winter storm emergency. More than 20 states on alert. Snow and ice from Texas to Delaware. The major record-breaking winter storm slamming most of the South. This morning, the flight's impacted and the dangerous driving conditions right now.
Sentencing day for President-elect Trump in his New York hush money case after the Supreme Court denied his last-minute request to block him from becoming the first president ever sentenced for committing a crime.
TikTok's last stand. Days before the ban set to take effect, Supreme Court justices will hear arguments to determine the fate of the app used by an estimated 100 million Americans.
Instant classic.
The kick is good!
Notre Dame hitting a game-winning field goal with seconds to go, punching their ticket to the national championship game after beating Penn State in the Orange Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, Lara, but it looks like you and Sam still had a lot of fun.
Live from Times Square, it's Friday. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America. It did look like Larry and Sam had a lot of fun, win or lose, in Miami after that close game. We're going to have much more from them just ahead. Maybe a little too much fun. They look like they just
tired this morning.
Yeah. I mean,
you can't take the two of them together anywhere. They're always so much fun. Also this morning, we're going to be tracking the very latest on the new jobs report that could provide some insight about the economy as we get settled into the new year.
Yeah, that's coming up. We're going to begin with the fire emergency in California, one of the worst natural disasters in that state's history. 8,000 firefighters and emergency personnel have been deployed, including the National Guard. Firefighters have poured in from all over the country to help. Overnight, officials said the death toll has now risen to 10 people. And a new fire, the Kenneth fire, ignited in the West Hills. It quickly scorched nearly 1,000 acres in a matter of hours. I want to show you this map right here that shows the fires and evacuation zones. So far, 180,000 residents have been told to evacuate at some point over the course of this disaster. Some people are now returning what's left of their homes and neighborhoods, block after block. You see it right there, obliterated. More than 10,000 structures destroyed or damaged. The Palisades fire is the most destructive in Southern California history. It's burned an area larger than the size of Manhattan. Wow. Chief National Correspondent Matt Gutman starts off our team coverage. Good morning, Matt.
Yep. George, good morning. You know, we talk about these numbers, the 10,000 structures destroyed, the 10 people killed, the tens of thousands of acres, but you don't really get the sense of scale until you see it with your own eyes driving through here. Look at that. Block after block, house after house, cars obliterated like bombs went off. And we're going to shift to the other side of the street here. It's on both sides of the street. I want you to look off into the distance over there. You might be able to see a plume of smoke. There are still fires going on here in Pacific Palisades, and you know where we are? This is the iconic Sunset Boulevard, the very heart of this town, and it is obliterated on both sides, not just homes, but businesses as well. And firefighters say it is going to be weeks before they can go here and make this place safe to even allow people whose homes have not been destroyed to go back. So people here are being allowed in for a few minutes at a time at certain points in the day.
This morning, those new harrowing images revealing the scale of the damage in Los Angeles.
I don't know how we're going to come back from this. I don't even know where to start.
Across the county, more than 10,000 structures destroyed, and overnight the number of fatalities jumping to 10.
Mars would be more habitable than this place right now, so it's crazy. There's absolutely nothing.
Once densely packed neighborhoods, now smoky wastelands.
Pacific Palisades, right now, could just be taken off the map. There is no Pacific Palisades.
But trickling back into this hellscape were families hoping to salvage an heirloom or a memento.
That is the living room. That's the front entrance. Beyond that, there was a bedroom.
In the rubble of a condo building in Pacific Palisades, we meet Gail and Mario.
Is this your safe?
It is. Wanted to get to it before the looters got to it.
Gail fled with just her nurse scrubs, a phone, and little else.
The documents, passport, things like that?
Nothing.
Are somewhere here.
Yeah, yeah. Everything.
The widow hoping her wedding ring had survived this inferno.
Wow.
Mario pushed the safe off the building, then cracked it open. And for a moment, Gail held her breath.
Oh, yeah. These your rings?
These are my wedding rings.
There it was, still glittering.
Very cool.
Quickly, police on the hunt for looters came to investigate.
How major of a concern is looting here?
Oh, it's huge. It's huge. And then you have million-dollar homes all intact, rows and rows of them. And there's really no way to police this area effectively right now.
At least 20 people have been arrested for looting, and checkpoints everywhere.
So right now, that young man on the motorcycle, the motorbike, is being pushed away by the officer. He sort of blew through this checkpoint here, and immediately they pounced and chased him.
Susan Cambick Tracy and Madeline Dam among the dozens who walked here in the hopes of being escorted back to their homes.
I've been in this since Tuesday. I've got the same socks. It's like everything is the same.
It's almost like at this stage of my life, when I thought I was at the end of the marathon, I'm at the beginning of a new marathon, and we have to create everything from scratch.
They got the call, jumped in the car, and off they went. Just a few minutes later,
it's apocalyptic. It's like someone's dropped a bomb. There's cars burnt out. There's ash everywhere. We were thinking it was going to be bad, but I think we both had no idea how bad it was.
Like so many grappling with the loss of almost everything.
If I could only have found one thing, this was it. It's the bill that we have at the front of the house, and it came from my husband's childhood home in Somerset, England. And it's damaged, but it's alive.
These satellite images showing the immense size and scope of the devastation. Where there were once sprawling communities, now a wasteland surrounded by areas splattered in red fire retardant. This picturesque coastline obliterated, haze obscuring the scene below.
Oh, look at the flag.
And there, that tattered flag, covered in soot, waving at half-staff. Among the debris, of course, the greatest loss, human lives. The New York Times reporting 82-year-old Rodney Nickerson and retired pharmacy technician Erlene Kelly were among the dead. And 66-year-old Victor Shaw.
And I opened the front door and I just yelled in, "Victor, we got to get out. This is it. We have to get out. The fire's here." And I didn't hear him say anything. I heard him say nothing. So I ran to the car and I just got out. And I went down the street and there was a police car and I flagged him and I said, "My brother's in the house, I need help." And he told me to get out. He said, "Go."
His family later finding his body with a garden hose in his hand.
And I couldn't be here to save him. I couldn't be here. That's what hurts the most.
So you can see the fire still cooking in the rec center just beyond me. Firefighters trying to put that out. Now, there are red flag warnings in effect until the end of today and again next week. They've got to put out the embers before they're cast and start new fires. And I want you to see something just to our left. That's the iconic rec center here in Pacific Palisades. Just to my left over here, that is the library. And just beyond that, on the other side of the street, we're going to shift here, is the elementary school over here. Firefighters say that this place is not safe for people to be in here, and the LAPD says they are still going house to house throughout these neighborhoods trying to assess the damage, but also to see if there are additional fatalities, and that they believe that there are additional fatalities here. It's going to be many, many months before people are able to move back in here to this town. Guys.
Well, our thoughts are definitely with everyone there. And another new fire erupted. The Kenneth fire quickly scorched about 1,000 acres. Our Kanan Whitworth is tracking the very latest. And Kanan, what do we know about the person that was taken into custody near this new fire?
Yeah, Michael, good morning. So we're learning here that a person has been detained in connection with that Kenneth fire, and they are investigating that fire as arson. And that fire started while firefighters were still trying to protect communities like this one here in Altadena that not only lost homes and businesses, but clearly you can see elementary schools as well. And as Matt Gutman alluded to, these are some of these communities that authorities still need to go through with cadaver dogs. Overnight, the Kenneth Fire, igniting in the West Hills, quickly ravaging nearly 1,000 acres in a matter of hours. Evacuation orders expanding rapidly, and LAPD says they have detained someone in connection as they continue their arson investigation.
The speed at which this fire went is just unbelievable.
Santa Ana winds picking up again Friday, gusts already at 81 miles an hour.
We are expecting this fire to rapidly spread due to high winds.
180,000 residents told to evacuate and more than 300,000 without power. Overnight, the Palisades fire growing. Early estimates of more than 5,000 structures destroyed. It's now one of the most destructive fires in California history, burning nearly 20,000 acres with just 6% containment. Amid the fight, a civilian drone colliding with a super scooper, damaging the wing, grounding the vital resource. A possible federal crime being investigated by the FAA. But the scenes from above are unrecognizable.
At one point, we'll be able to do a more thorough search of these impacted areas. Some of them look like a bomb was dropped in them.
And not everyone made it out. The death toll rising to 10 as Governor Gavin Newsom deploying 8,000 firefighting and emergency personnel, including the National Guard. Firefighters pouring in from all over the country to help assemble at the front lines, battling the flames and the wind. A lot of the damage out here looks a little bit more like a hurricane. When you think of life-threatening, catastrophic wind event, this is the aftermath. This is a pine tree that snapped at the top and went crashing down into the road. And for many, they fear returning is not an option.
At our age, it's going to take years to come back for our village, for our beautiful town to come back. It's surreal. I'm numb.
And that sadness turning into anger for many in this community who are very concerned about the lack of preparation and poor response by both Governor Gavin Newsom and Mayor Karen Bass, who left the country knowing those catastrophic winds were in the forecast. And the questions right now are about budget cuts to the fire department, as well as reports of hydrants running dry for firefighters in the fight of their lives. Rebecca.
So many questions and such deep appreciation for those first responders, those firefighters. Okay, Kena, thank you. We're going to show you now a live look at our station, KABC's chopper. It's above the Palisades fire right now. Hard to see some of the destruction, but you can really see those wildfires continue to burn. And we're going to go to Ginger now, who's in Altadena with the forecast for the fire zone. Good morning, Ginger.
Yeah, you know, Rebecca, overnight, 40 to 50 mile per hour gusts came back. So that's about half of what the worst of the event was. But as the sun rises, we could still see some gusts in excess of 50. So those fires are tough to fight. Thankfully, you can still have air support, which is what made a huge difference yesterday. It's that high pressure system, the Santa Anas, and a little disturbance up in the upper atmosphere that gave it a little oomph overnight. And what will happen, and you'll see through time here, we're going to take the wind speeds down after the noon hour. And by tonight, into the single digits. Everyone will be breathing a huge sigh of relief when that will make all of the fighting so much easier, but they have a lot of progress to make. Red flag warnings will go until 6 p.m. tonight. That still includes Glendale, Los Angeles, Pacific Palisades. And George, everybody asking me about the air quality, that will keep moving around and blowing around. Please wear masks or stay indoors. That's incredibly unhealthy, even if you're not right next to the fire, George.
No question about it. And we're going to come back to you in a moment. On the other major weather story this morning, a severe winter storm sweeping across the south. Ike Ajachi is in Atlanta, where the governor has declared a state of emergency. Good morning, Ike.
Hey, good morning, George. You can see the winter weather is already making its way in here, but the crews have been treating these roads with brine since yesterday, and that process begins right here behind me. The Georgia Department of Transportation keeps a large amount of salt on hand to make its own brine. These bulldozers take the salt, dump it into this brine-making machine where it's mixed with water, and then through underground piping, that brine is then transported into these large trucks where it's then outfitted and put all throughout the city. And remember, this is all in an effort to make you safe.
This morning, a major winter storm walloping much of the South. 80 million Americans on alert from Texas to the Carolinas, leaving parts of Texas looking like a winter wonderland. Amarillo getting the most snow it's seen in 10 years, with up to 9 inches total expected, but wreaking havoc for drivers. In Kansas, just watch as a chunk of ice flies off an oncoming car, smashing this windshield. Thankfully, the driver suffering only minor cuts from glass. In Kentucky, snow sliding off a rooftop, avalanche style. The wet, icy roads making for treacherous conditions.
Please be safe out here, please.
The storm now heading east to Georgia, where the governor declared a state of emergency. The winter blast also causing chaos in the air. Nearly 2,000 flights canceled, 1,400 of those in and out of Dallas.
Now, we're being told this facility can make up to 60,000 gallons of brine per hour, but we're also being told this is the time where the trucks are being outfitted with plows to begin removing the snow off the streets. And officials want you to remember, if you see any one of these trucks on the road, stay far away. Michael?
Yeah, and as we saw the young man in the piece say, please be safe out there. Okay, Ike, thank you so much. We're going to turn now to the latest on President-elect Trump. He is due to be sentenced this morning in the New York hush money case. Well, last night, the Supreme Court denied his request to halt proceedings. Our senior investigative correspondent, Aaron Katersky, is at the courthouse in downtown Manhattan. Good morning, Aaron.
Good morning, Michael. The U.S. Supreme Court denied a reprieve to Trump, and so a short time from now, he's going to become the first American president ever to be sentenced for committing a crime.
This morning, 10 days before he takes office, President-elect Trump faces sentencing for falsifying business records in New York. His lawyers arguing that Trump, as president-elect, is deeply involved in the transition and that going ahead with sentencing would cause harm to the institution of the presidency. But a narrowly divided Supreme Court refused Trump's request for a delay, saying the burden that sentencing will impose on the president-elect's responsibilities is relatively insubstantial. Despite repeated attempts to delay the sentencing, overnight the president-elect called the decision fair, but vowed to appeal his conviction.
I read it, and I thought it was a fair decision, actually. So I'll do my little thing tomorrow. They can have fun with their political opponent.
Justice Amy Coney Barrett, who Trump appointed, sided with Chief Justice Roberts and the liberals. Trump appointees Justices Gorsuch and Kavanaugh, along with Justices Thomas and Alito, said they would have granted a stay. Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg pushed for the sentencing to move forward.
We believe that the sanctity of the jury verdict must be given primacy. The jury's voice must not be rubbed out.
Back in May, the jury found Trump guilty of falsifying business records related to a hush payment to adult film actress Stormy Daniels that improperly influenced the 2016 election. Judge Juan Merchan called it premeditated and continuous deception. Trump faced up to 4 years in jail. That changed, though, in November when Trump won the election. Now he will face no real punishment at all. The judge has said he would impose an unconditional discharge. No jail time, no fine, no probation.
Trump doesn't even have to show up here in person. He's going to appear virtually from Florida. But what remains, guys, is the blemish of a conviction, and Trump will take office as a felon. Guys.
All right, Aaron, thank you. Coming up here next, the future of TikTok in the U.S. is on the line. The app will make its last stand at the Supreme Court in a matter of hours.
Coming up, the adventures of Lara and Sam after that exciting game in Miami. We'll be right back. They're having fun.
It was good.
Welcome back to GMA. Notre Dame with a game-changing interception, setting up the game-winning field goal against Penn State in the Orange Bowl, and sending the Fighting Irish to the national championship game. Lara and Sam were there with the biggest fans for all the big moments. They're going to tell us all about it.
Tough loss for Lara right there.
Oh, yeah.
Following a lot of headlines right now, including the latest in the California wildfires. 8,000 firefighters and emergency personnel have been deployed, including the National Guard. Firefighters have come from all over the country to help. Overnight, officials said the death toll has risen to 10 people. And a new fire, the Kenneth Fire, ignited in the West Hills. It expanded nearly 1,000 acres in a matter of hours. Also, former President Jimmy Carter was laid to rest last night on the grounds of his home in Plains, Georgia, after being honored with a funeral service in Washington's National Cathedral, attended by all 5 living presidents. President Biden delivered the eulogy, praising Carter's strength of character. Carter was buried next to his beloved wife of 77 years, Rosalind.
Also this morning, take a look at this scene. It's in the Bronx here in New York. A 5-alarm fire ripping through an apartment building. Firefighters battling the blaze in the cold and wind. At least 100 people have been displaced. And now to the new jobs numbers out this morning. The U.S. added 256,000 jobs in December, surpassing expectations. The unemployment rate, meantime, fell to a historically low 4.1%. And we got a lot more ahead, including the pandas. There they are, very sweet, getting ready to make their debut at the National Zoo. Well, you don't actually see them there yet. They're going to make a debut at the National Zoo and play in the snow.
That is fun to watch. We're going to turn now to TikTok at the Supreme Court. The justices will hear oral arguments today regarding the law that would effectively shut down the video sharing app in the U.S. And now President-elect Trump is weighing in. Dan Abrams standing by to break down the arguments. First, senior White House correspondent Selena Wang is at the court. Good morning, Selena.
TikTok will make its last stand. The app is set to be banned just days from now, so TikTok is making its final plea to stay in America. It's one of the most popular social media apps in America with an estimated 100 million users. Home to viral moments and everything from how-to tutorials.
You have to make these chopped Italian sandwiches. These
to fashion and beauty trends.
These over here are the Cyber Monday deals I'm low-key looking at.
But in just 9 days, TikTok is set to disappear from America's app stores after Congress passed a law forcing its Chinese parent company ByteDance to sell the app or face a ban. Lawmakers from both parties and the White House argue it's a serious national security risk, saying the Chinese government can force TikTok to hand over Americans' data and use the app to spread misinformation. TikTok denies those claims, saying its American operations are separate and arguing the ban violates the First Amendment right to freedom of speech. So far, federal judges have sided with the government, but later today, the Supreme Court's 9 justices will hear the arguments that will determine TikTok's fate. After President-elect Donald Trump, who tried to ban TikTok during his first term, urged the Supreme Court to put the law on hold.
It's sad. It's really, really sad.
Hanging in the balance, many content creators and small businesses who make a living off of the app.
Hey there, I'm Nadia.
Like Nadia Okamoto, who has over 4 million followers.
If TikTok were to go away, we would be facing a really, really challenging situation.
Now, if the ban does go into effect, TikTok isn't just going to disappear from your phone, but new users won't be able to download it and you won't get those software updates. So eventually the app would just stop working. Now, the Supreme Court is expected to make its final decision sometime next week before that January 19th deadline. Guys?
Okay, Selena, thanks. Let's bring in our chief legal analyst, Dan Abrams. So this pits national security. That's what Congress decided is paramount in putting the ban into place versus free speech. Appeals court said national security wins. Do you think the Supreme Court's going to agree?
I think so. I think it's likely because this isn't really a case about banning TikTok, right? It's about forcing a foreign government to sell it. And part of the argument here is this is not just a media entity. This is a data collection agency as well, working for the Chinese government. So that's a pretty strong national security argument. Typically, the court has been pretty deferential to Congress and to laws when it comes to national security.
And we see President-elect Trump wanted to ban it. Now he's interested in keeping it around. Yeah. So if this ban does go into effect, can the Trump administration do anything about it?
Not much. I mean, they can first try to repeal it, right? They can try to get Congress to repeal it. The problem with that is it's really a popular law. Mm-hmm. It was a bipartisan law. It would be very hard for the Trump administration to convince Congress to say, oh, you know what? That law we passed, we're gonna retract it. The biggest thing they could do is they could assure the Apples and Googles of the world, we're not going to enforce it. Don't worry. You're good for now. The question is going to be, is that enough for them to say, okay, they're telling us that they're not going to enforce it, but boy, these fines are very substantial if someone does decide that they are going to start enforcing.
Well, and one of the big questions about the app itself is the secret sauce inside of TikTok, which is the algorithm. That's the thing that makes sure you see what they want you to see, so you keep playing around inside of the app. What happens to that in all of this?
Well, and the Chinese government is basically saying the reason they don't want to sell it is they're not going to sell the algorithm. Now, you have some American buyers who are coming forward and saying, hey, that's fine. We'll take TikTok. We'll take it without the algorithm. Who knows what's going to happen with the algorithm, but the Chinese are citing that as the main reason why there's no way, no how they can sell it. We'll see if the court comes in and says you got to sell it. We'll see if they stick with it.
I got to ask another question. If the administration says they're not going to enforce it, can either Congress or some kind of private party bring some kind of action to force the administration?
It would be hard. They could try, but it would be hard. In the end, it's going to be, and that's why there'd be concerns, right, from the Googles and the Apples of the world as to, is there really safety here?
Okay.
Right,
Dan Abrams, thanks very much.
Now with the college football playoffs, Notre Dame beat Penn State in a thriller. Lara was at the Orange Bowl with Sam Champion, and Lara, you were probably feeling good about Penn State about halftime.
I was. The first half looked so good. We sort of owned the game, and then we didn't. But they had not played each other since 2007. Yeah. These two teams gave us a show, though. They made up for it with a game for the ages.
Oh, wow. There were 3 ties, Michael, and then 3 turnaround, and then like 31 points in the last quarter alone.
Wow. Suddenly Sam does sports, everyone. And now his Notre Dame Fighting Irish are going to the big show.
Graduate student from Salisbury, North Carolina, to give Notre Dame the lead in the final seconds.
With less than 10 seconds left on the clock, Notre Dame clinching their berth to the national championship.
The kick is good!
Just moments before, Penn State appearing to be in control of their own destiny, marching down the field with the game tied and less than 1 minute left to play.
They start with a handoff to Singleton. He has a lot of running room. He has a first down.
But then
Aller hit as he throws, and it is intercepted!
Penn State owned the first half of the game. It was 10-0 until just before half. Fighting Irish quarterback Riley Leonard temporarily knocked out of the game after this hit.
A big shot taken by Riley Leonard down to the ground.
But after clearing concussion protocol, Leonard was back, delivering a brilliant fourth quarter. The Irish fighting for every inch and tying up the game 24-24.
Leonard throws wide open. Jaden Greathouse avoided Jalen Reed and scores.
What was Coach Freeman's message to you guys in the locker room?
Yeah, he said, history is written by conquerors, and we're holding the pen.
And Notre Dame's coach, Marcus Freeman, making some history of his own.
You are the first black head coach to go to a national championship game in college football. Just hearing that response alone, how much does this mean to you?
You know, I've said this before. I don't ever want to take attention away from the team. It is an honor, and I hope all coaches, minorities, black, Asian, white, it doesn't matter, great people continue to get opportunities to lead young men like this.
So very happy for Coach Marcus Freeman. And as we said, it did look like Penn State's game, but whatever Coach said to those Fighting Irish in that locker room at halftime, it worked. Notre Dame came out with a different mindset in the second half. And despite my Nittany Lions playing their hearts out, guys, Notre Dame was just relentless. What more, though, could you want from a college football game? It was epic. And Sam's very first bowl game.
Amazing.
So much fun showing you the ropes, if you will. And we will have a piece on all of that coming up. But there was something that happened here that was incredibly poignant.
I just want to share this with you because, you know, normally on a night like this, I know it's all about football. Football is what America is concentrated on. But even in this stadium with these fans, there was a moment last night, even before the game got started, when they made the announcement talking about the victims of the Los Angeles fires. It was just a reminder that everybody's thoughts and prayers were there. There was the moment of silence in the stadium, the entire stadium filled with fans.
You could hear a pin drop.
Just beautiful moment.
It was a beautiful moment and so necessary, thinking about everybody there.
Our hearts are thinking and our prayers are with the folks in California as well.
Guys, back to you.
Absolutely, yeah. And you can just feel sports brings people together. Thank you so much, Sam and Lara. We appreciate it. Now with our play of the day, and it's Pandemonium at the National Zoo, as 2 of its newest stars are getting set for their public debut. Elizabeth Schulze is there in D.C. with all the cuteness. Good morning, Elizabeth.
Good morning, Rebecca. There is still snow on the ground here in D.C., and there might not be anyone more excited about that than the 2 giant pandas just behind those gates there. And starting today, members of the zoo through January 19th will get a sneak peek at the pandas before they make their big public debut in just 2 weeks.
The anticipation is building at the National Zoo, where Bao Li and Qing Bao are showing off their personalities ahead of their big public debut. The 3-year-old giant pandas rolling, pouncing, and chowing on bamboo in the snow this week.
They're very active, and they're just a lot of fun and obviously super cute.
Zookeeper Mariel Lally traveled with the pandas on board a FedEx plane from China to Washington in October, now part of the team helping them acclimate to their new home, complete with shallow pools, rock piles, and climbing gyms.
We've had this really long acclimation period, and that has given the keeper staff a lot of time to get to know them, build relationships with them, and then also get them acclimated to crowds and noise around them.
The female panda Qingbao loves her toys and spends most of her day off the ground, while male Bao Li is already very social.
Okay, so this is actually the only zoo in the U.S. where you can see giant pandas for free, and feeding these guys is no joke. They spend up to 16 hours of the day eating and foraging. That's about 100 pounds of bamboo daily. But what we're really interested in, the staff tells us they actually make this special panda bread. It's cooked. It includes a mix of soybeans, rice, and corn. And we are working on maybe trying to get a little bit of that sent over to the studio if you guys want to try some, guys.
Wow, sounds delicious, Elizabeth. Thank you so much.
Yeah, really good. Yeah, delicious. Breakfast of champions.
Love to see them, though, playing out in the snow like little kids. Very cute, Elizabeth. Thank you. George, you'll have a bite. No. Coming up, Lori Bergamoto's here with the right stuff for staying strong and getting fit.
Good morning, America. It's 8 a.m. Utter devastation. More than 10,000 structures destroyed or damaged. Entire neighborhoods wiped out. Families returning home to what looks like a war zone, hoping to salvage anything from where their houses once stood. Overnight, the Kenneth fire quickly expands to 1,000 acres in just hours, forcing more people to evacuate at a moment's notice. Our team is on the ground covering it all.
Playing through the pain, 32-year-old tennis champ Gabriela Dabrowski sharing her breast cancer diagnosis and the decision to play through treatment.
Meet the group of hundreds of fathers turned friends. Good morning, America! Helping each other step by step through fatherhood.
Hey bro, can you describe fatherhood in one word? Magic. Blessing. Tired.
What's in their Dad on the Go toolkit that every father should have. Plus, we've got a big surprise for them.
The luck of the Irish.
Throws wide open!
As Notre Dame takes home the Orange Bowl trophy.
Marcus Freeman is taking them to the championship game.
Sam and Lara were there for all the action.
Woo! We are!
As they're saying,
live from Times Square, it's Friday. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America. Larry and Sam are having a ball at the Orange Bowl. How's it going down there, you two?
Hey, are we
Really,
having fun?
it's been really fun. Amazing fun.
Well, most parts of it were fun. There are actually two parts to a football game, guys. Michael, you know this. There's the game itself, and then there's everything else that happens around it.
Right.
So I took Sam to his first ever college bowl game to take in the sights and the sounds, and we're going to try not to talk too much about how it all ended.
Oh, what? How did it end?
We'll get to that coming up.
All right.
now he's a super fan. Way to go, Sam. Okay, also ahead, we can't wait to see you guys at a few. Also ahead, we're going to hear from a great group of dads supporting one another, and we have much more on our top story, the California wildfires and how disasters like this are impacting home insurance, and it's not just happening in California.
It could have a sweeping impact, and some people in Southern California now returning to what's left of their homes and neighborhoods. You see right there, block after block obliterated, more than 10,000 structures destroyed or damaged. I want to go back to our chief national correspondent, Matt Gutman in Pacific Palisades. Good morning, Matt.
Hey, good morning, George. You know, in order to comprehend these numbers that we're hearing, 10,000 structures destroyed, tens of thousands of acres, and those 10 fatalities, you really just have to see it for yourself. I mean, this is downtown Pacific Palisades. This is the famed iconic Sunset Boulevard. That was the supermarket. That is the church. It's all destroyed. And at this point, firefighters, including the ones you're seeing right here in one of the few buildings that survived, Fire Station 69, are saying they have to go through this whole area to ensure that it's even habitable, that it's even safe, before people can even come and find their own belongings and see if their houses remain.
This morning, those new harrowing images revealing the scale of the damage in Los Angeles.
I don't know how we're going to come back from this. I don't even know where to start.
More than 10,000 structures destroyed, and overnight the number of fatalities jumping to 10.
Pacific Palisades, right now, could just be taken off the map. There is no Pacific Palisades.
But trickling back into this hellscape were families hoping to salvage an heirloom or a memento. In the rubble of a condo building in Pacific Palisades, we meet Gail and Mario.
Is this your safe?
It is. Wanted to get to it before the looters got to it.
Gail fled with just her nurse scrubs, a phone, and little else.
The documents, passport, things like that?
Nothing.
Are somewhere here.
Yeah, everything.
The widow hoping her wedding ring had survived this inferno.
Wow.
Mario pushed the safe off the building, then cracked it open.
These your rings?
Yeah, my wedding ring. This is my wedding ring.
At least 20 people have been arrested for looting. Susan Cambick Tracy and Madeline Dam among the dozens who walked here in the hopes of being escorted back to their homes.
It's almost like at this stage of my life, when I thought I was at the end of the marathon, I'm at the beginning of a new marathon, and we have to create everything from scratch.
They got the call, jumped in the car, and off they went. Just a few minutes later,
it's apocalyptic. It's like someone's dropped a bomb. There's cars burnt out. There's ash everywhere. We were thinking it was going to be bad, but I think we both had no idea how bad it was.
And George, this goes on block after block as far as the eye can see. Now, the LAPD says they're still going through this area because they believe that there are additional fatalities. And more bad news for firefighters. There are red flag warnings in effect for today and also next week. They've got to put out all these spot fires before they kicks up again. Michael.
All right, now let's go back to Ginger. And Ginger had a chance to spend some time with the fire captain in the area. Hey, Ginger.
Yeah, Michael, I'm so glad we got a chance to meet him. So we've been talking about how you go, row after row of disintegrated homes. And as we were driving around yesterday, we were seeing a lot of that. And then all of a sudden, remarkably, there were these 4 homes standing looking almost untouched. We needed to know why, and you have to hear this story.
This morning, the Eaton fire is still burning through Altadena after thrashing this picturesque community. The fire bulldozed entire neighborhoods, but here on Lewis Avenue, 4 homes remain intact.
LA Fire Captain Dan Levens, who has lived on this street most of his life, was battling the Hearst fire a few miles north. As soon as his shift ended, he rushed home to try to fight the fire that was threatening his house and his neighbors.
This is my house right here.
When he got there, his neighbors across the street were fully engulfed, and his house was next.
I didn't have a fire engine. It was just me and my brother, who's also a firefighter, my son. We were able to get enough hose to go 4 houses. This is my house.
And then your mom lives next door?
My mom lives next door.
Me, my uncle, and my dad have protected all of our houses. We've tried to do these ones, but the wind was too strong.
You do fire. You do disaster. This is all you do. And here it is at home.
I've been to places where I've seen other firefighters lose their houses, and I've seen interviews, and you always think about that, the devastation, and you feel so bad for them.
Now the fire captain and everyone having a watchful eye on the embers that could potentially reignite.
I chose this career to help people, and it's sad to me to see this. You just wish you could have done more.
He had never been on this side of fire. There's a lot of gratitude from the neighbors, of course, of the homes that he saved. But there are a lot of first responders that live in this neighborhood, too, that have lost their homes. There was a firefighter just down the way. Michael, we're thinking about all of them this morning.
Yeah, it is surreal. Even it's hard to even watch, Ginger. I can't imagine you being there in person, but we're thankful that you're there for us. And so many people lost everything in these fires, and a lot of people these homeowners already were struggling with an insurance crisis. So we spoke to one woman who said their parents' insurance was canceled a couple of months ago when the insurance company decided to leave the state.
And these insurance people decided to cancel their fire. And we're going through this, and it just happened, and they have no fire insurance.
All right, Rebecca, break down what some of these major insurance companies have done in the past few years.
Yeah, and what we're seeing is the story you just heard there from Lynn is a very common one because a number of insurers are declining to renew any kind of insurance. In fact, between 2020 and 2021, 2.8 million policies in California were declined to renew. So Lynn says that the insurance her parents had for 70 years was dropped because their area was designated a fire zone. That is the common story. I hear it all the time from so many California homeowners. They are struggling to find a company willing to insure their properties. At least 10 major insurers have either left or reduced coverage in California in the last 4 years. And during that time, the number of homeowners signing up for California's insurer of last resort has doubled. Now, I want to say that the good news here, the woman that you just saw there, Lynn, her home was spared. In fact, there were 5 other homes right across the street completely burned down. But thank goodness for her and her family, that home, which her parents lost insurance on, spared.
But in the future, I mean, you can imagine these insurance companies are going to be much less willing to issue policies, and that's going to put a real strain on that state backstop.
That's right. It puts a real strain on the state backstop because the state backstop is funded by the insurers themselves. Right now, the estimates for the insured losses here are in excess of $20 billion in insured losses. That means the cost of just improving that community going forward is going to be exorbitant. And on top of that, natural disasters are more and more common, and more of these businesses, these insurers, are pulling out. So you see both the cost going up and the availability going down.
But California isn't the only state that's facing weather challenges like this, or catastrophes. Is it going to change the insurance game as a whole around the country?
The short answer is maybe. I would say that the longer answer, and I talked to a lot of analysts about this, is yes. It is changing. It's making it more expensive. You look at a place like Florida, which has dealt with its own issues of hurricanes. Policyholders there, they now pay nearly 5 times the national average because of what they're facing. There are certain places that have less climate issues, fewer issues, but overall the pie, even though this is, by the way, a state issue, insurers decide what to do on a state-by-state basis. Overall, it's becoming more and more difficult. And I just want to say to people who are dealing with fire losses, because I've talked to people over the years who have dealt with this, the best advice they have said they got was to hire a public adjuster to help them get the very best settlement with their insurance company. So something to consider in this moment for those families going through so much.
Yeah, every piece of advice that could help helps.
Yeah.
All right, Rebecca, thank you so much for that. And coming up in our GMA morning menu, how one group of dads teamed up to support each other.
Also, that tennis champion Gabriela Dabrowski tells us about her decision to play through her breast cancer diagnosis and treatment.
Plus, Lori Bergamato is here with the right stuff, the fitness essentials to help you get in shape this year. And Lara and Sam are in Miami. Still having fun, guys?
Well, so far, so good.
Of course we are. You guys know I'm a lifelong Penn State fan. Sam is suddenly a Notre Dame super fan. So we decided to go to Sam's very first bowl game to show him what makes college football so special.
It's great.
It really is great.
I got you a book. It says something. It's a book. It says Night Night Lions. Night Night.
That is not right.
Night Night.
We'll have the story coming up on Good Morning America. Oh my gosh, we've created a monster, America.
Early in the morning, it's the dawn of a new day, new hopes, new dreams.
And things are picking up in Times Square right now. We want to go to Texas, though. Will Reeve is there in Arlington. Here's some babies in the background, I think. He's getting ready for the big matchup tonight. Hey, Will.
Hey, George, good morning. I am here with the Spirit Squads from Texas and Ohio State. They are very excited for tonight's game. That's right. Yeah. So, 2 of the most storied programs in college football history ready to take on each other tonight for the right to play another storied program, Notre Dame, in the title game. Texas is the home team on a technicality as the higher seed and also on locality. We're about 3-ish hours away by car from campus in Austin. There'll be plenty of Longhorn fans drawn in from all over the place. Plenty of Buckeye fans, too, though, to fill these 80,000 seats, and they may be treated to a thriller tonight. Ohio State is led by Will Howard at quarterback and wide receiver Jeremiah Smith. They have been excellent in these playoffs. The offense has been rolling, and the Texas defense has been giving up a lot of points. But Texas will have to rely on its offense, led by Quinn Ewers at quarterback, who actually started his career at Ohio State. He never played a game there. He transferred to Texas, and he has been great for them. If Texas wins, this would be their first ever appearance in the college football playoff national championship game. If Ohio State wins, it would be their 3rd appearance. They actually won the first ever CFP title game in 2015 right here on this field. So Lots at stake tonight. We already know one finalist. Who will be the other? Will it be Ohio State? Will it be Texas? Who knows? You got to tune in tonight, 7:30 Eastern on ESPN. Everybody is ready to go, right?
All right, and Larry and Sam are going to be back from the Orange Bowl in our next half hour. Michael?
All right, we're looking forward to that. But now we are starting strong with a group of fathers who started their own parenting club, bringing together hundreds of dads for community and connection. We're going to speak to them live in just a few moments, but first, take a look.
Hey, bro, can you describe fatherhood in one word? Magical. Blessing. Tired.
Being a dad is a full-time job, but for some men, it can be isolating.
All right, so you just became a dad. What the heck do you do now?
And according to researchers at Ohio State, 66% of parents report feeling lonely due to the demands of parenthood.
Being a dad is crazy, and I've really just been learning to be uncomfortable. Tonight is my first night alone with my son.
And so first-time dad Joe Gonzalez decided to turn to social media for a hand.
Yo, if you're a dad or you know a dad in Brooklyn, my name is Joe.
Hoping to form a community of dads dedicated to helping one another start strong as the best fathers they could be.
I'm a new dad myself. I'm hosting a meetup in McCarran Park.
That first meetup eventually becoming the Brooklyn Stroll Club, now an online community made up of over 400 New York dads.
My hope as a new dad is just to connect with people who are dads themselves and share experiences and grow together. Come through, hang out, let's do a little walk, grab a little coffee, and let's connect.
All right, we're joined now by the founder of Brooklyn Stroll Club, Joe Gonzalez, and his son Soul, plus some of their Stroll Club friends. Everybody's here. You have babies. I missed the sound of a cooing baby. There you go, on cue. Joe, thank you all for being here, first of all. But Joe, how important has it been for you to build this community?
Yeah, you know, fatherhood is such a unique experience, and sometimes you can feel like you're doing it alone. It's just you and your partner, and I think for me, it's just been good to find people who are going through the same experiences as me, who understand the nuances of all the craziness of fatherhood. So it's been really good.
Yeah, and Jules, I know that you helped Joe build out the online community.
Yeah.
With the online platform, with nearly 500 dads share advice and all these different things. So what have you learned from each other and from all the other dads?
That's a really great question. I think, you know, we all live lives, we're dads, we're working, you know, we're trying to take care of family and business and everything, and to find community outside of the events that we host, to be able to just throw in a chat like, my baby's teething today and it's really difficult. You know, can you give me some pointers, some advice? We have dads who had babies 2 days ago, to dads who had kids that are in high school and are about to go to college. So to have that range of just support and knowledge and wisdom to be able to pass through the group is just really amazing.
Yeah, it's got to be nice to have guys to lean on,
yeah,
who understand what you're going through. So Joe, you did a call out on the must-have items for the Dad on the Go toolkit. So can you show us some of the items that we have here?
Absolutely. So you have to have in your toolkit diapers, extra diapers.
Yes.
Wipes. You also got to have some hand sanitizer. Got to stay clean, and then also have some bags just in case you need to, you know, get the diaper on the go, and have a change of clothes as well, because you never know what's going to happen out there in the real world. We also got some burp rags, and then bottles. I would carry 2 bottles with me just in case, you know, I'm alone, my wife's not there, so just to have some feeding for him ready to go. And then of course, my Swiss Army knife of distractions. I got some toys, got the books, I got a little crinkle book, just things to help him stay entertained a little bit, and yeah.
Well, thank you for giving dads that advice right there, what they need for the go. Now, we know that the Brooklyn Stroll Club, you have a meet with 50 dads this month, which is a lot of pops out there. And our friends at Bugaboo, they want to keep you guys strolling. So they're going to send 50 award-winning ultra-compact Bugaboo butterfly strollers for all the dads, for all the dads to take home from that event. And which is fantastic. Oh, that's comfortable, a little bit different from my day. And you know what? That's not all, you guys. Baby List wanted to get, you know, in on the fun as well. So all 50 dads will also get the warm muffs and a $50 gift card. Wow. So there you go. A little something so you show up to talk about your babies and you walk away with something to help you with your babies.
Thank you.
But we love it. Thank you all for being here. I love what you started, and I love the community, you guys. It may make me want to have another baby just to join. I don't know about that.
Okay, it is time for the right stuff, and to help us reset our fitness goals, Lori Bergamato is here with some essentials. So great to see you as always, honey.
So great.
What do we have here?
Okay,
we have something I love.
Yes, the Theragun from Therabody. This is actually the Theragun Mini. It's 20% smaller, 30% lighter, but delivers the exact, isn't that amazing?
Yes.
The exact same massage power. So recovering your muscles and soothing those aches and pains when you've worked out is half the battle of getting a great workout and continuing your workout so you prevent injury. So these are great. It's under $200. Everybody will love this. This is an incredible thing to get. You can
which is
throw
really
it in
nice.
your gym bag.
This is big, yeah.
This is huge. So you may have seen this because it went viral. There were pictures of Taylor Swift wearing it while she was rehearsing for her Eras tour. But guys, good news. You don't need to act like you're rehearsing for the Eras tour. You can just wear the Form Bra. That's what this is, the Form Power Bra. You can just wear this every single day to help fix your posture and get upper body alignment. So this bra is actually registered with the FDA. It's like wearable technology, essentially. It has 6 different fabric tensions and 8 different double panels to help put your shoulders down and back. So you're getting that workout without any effort. Incredible. And we have an amazing discount on that as well.
Excellent. Okay, this is kind of this new trend, right?
So from viral sports bras to viral fitness gear, this is the fitness hoop. This went crazy on Fit Talk. It's basically a weighted hula hoop, as you can see. Now, a lot of people are like, but does this really work? Is it a gimmick?
Yeah.
The Mayo Clinic actually says that hula hooping is an efficient cardiovascular exercise. So you do want to get some of those in. With the weight, it's just going to help you core strengthen and improve your balance.
And you can wear it while you walk.
Exactly.
Or anything.
And speaking of wearing while you walk, you may have seen the weighted vest. This one is everywhere right now, and it is incredible. I am a definite believer in this. It distributes weight front and back. We found this one on Amazon. It is comfortable, it is durable, and you can burn up to 12% more calories.
I like that.
And speaking of calorie burning, for under $20, a jump rope. You do this for 5 minutes. It's the same as doing it without a jump rope for 30 minutes. So 5 minutes with a weighted jump rope is the equivalent of a 30-minute jump rope that's just regular. I think I said that right.
You're the best. That QR code, by the way, right there, it takes you to all the products and an exclusive GMA discount. As always, Lori, thank you.
Thank you so much.
And we'll be right back. Stay with us.
Welcome back to GMA, live from Times Square.
Welcome back to GMA, everybody. Last night, Notre Dame took on Penn State in the Orange Bowl with the Fighting Irish winning and advancing to the national title game. Lara and Sam are back with us from Miami, where they got an inside look at all the on and off the field action. Hey, Lara.
Yep. Hi. Hey, you guys. Sun is out here. Sam and I both were in Miami at the Orange Bowl, as you said, representing 2 of the most storied programs in college football history yesterday.
Lara, this was an amazing thing. It was my first bowl game ever, and it was an incredible game. It made me extra proud, really, to be a newly minted Notre Dame fan. We had a blast here yesterday. Guys, tailgating is everything, meeting tons of fans from all over the country. I know I didn't just discover it, but I did just discover it. And we had a lot of fun with a couple of mascots, one of them like your bear. Your Kookaburra Bear Panther.
Okay, it's a lion.
Oh.
This has been going on for 24 hours now. It's a Nittany lion, Sam.
All right, I'm not sure whatever it was, the guy inside the thing was tons of fun and a really, really nice person. Lara, take a look at how Lara actually turned me into a college bowl football fan.
Super fan.
She came into Miami. This was so much fun, guys. I hope you get a chance to do it one day.
Please roll them. We're here. I thought that you might like to come to the football game
I would love to come to the football game with you. And wait a minute, so which team had the advantage now?
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
I thought you didn't know about this
I'm
game.
ready for you, Lara Spencer.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I know nothing about it really, but I'm definitely ready to go.
The Nittany Lions and the Fighting Irish, 2 college football programs with an intense rivalry.
The kick is good!
And timeless traditions, whether it's touchdown Jesus on Notre Dame's campus or Penn State's notorious whiteouts. Sam?
Yeah.
If you're going to go all in with the Notre Dame thing,
yeah.
I want to give you something that feels actually right. Did you know that there's a tradition that the Notre Dame football players go out of the tunnel and every one of them touches this sign that ironically says, "Play like a champion today"?
You know, I have one of these by the Weather Center as well.
Wow. That's a Penn Stater.
How do you know?
Because this is our theme song.
Oh.
Arriving at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, we were ready to get the party started. So, how big of a fan are you?
We've had season tickets for 51 years.
51 years your family has been cheering on the Fighting Irish.
Absolutely.
What is it about that team that everyone is so passionate about it?
I mean, it's religion. It's just a way of life. I mean, it really is. I was born and bred Notre Dame.
Oh wow!
Oh wow!
Oh wow! This is commitment.
Oh yeah, you gotta look at this.
I may covet the whole thing. Are there any special traditions that you guys do? You know, that are like Notre Dame traditions that I need to know about being a new fan.
Push-ups.
Yes, fan push-ups.
We do fan push-ups?
So in the stadiums, every time the Notre Dame scores, somebody lays flat and they push them up for however many points they have.
So I have to lay on the ground and push you up?
No. In the air. The fans push you up.
I'm like, okay, oh.
So what are your memories of being at Penn State and the Notre Dame rivalry?
A lot of snow, which we don't have here in Miami.
No, a lot of snow and brutal games, right?
Brutal games.
They fought so hard, both teams.
And the rivalry is back, right here.
When it comes to mascots, Penn State's Nittany Lion has been roaring for 120 years, while Notre Dame's Leprechaun has been cheering for just half that amount. Sam has a question for you.
Yes.
He doesn't seem to understand what our mascot is. I have tried to explain it to him.
Well, she showed me one that she was standing beside in a costume that kind of looked like a prehistoric bear.
No,
and then someone said it was a lion. So I'm like, is it a?
It is the king of beasts.
Oh,
that's what it is. The king of beasts.
We want the lion.
Yes.
We want the lion.
Oh,
we want the lion. I want to see it.
There he is. There's the Nittany Lion.
It's a house cat. It's a house cat.
That's not nice. We stumbled upon the lion out here in the wild, and Sam was immediately smitten. Just 2 hours from game time, pre-game prep is on.
But I didn't know they looked this big from right here.
Can you imagine how far these guys run? And just before game time, we had a moment to catch up with Penn State head coach James Franklin. You've been here since 2014 now, Penn State. We're so happy to have you here. This moment, how does it feel for you?
Yeah, it's awesome. As you know, been a ton of work that's gone into this. We came to Penn State at a challenging time, so to be able to do this, we couldn't be more proud, and I'm just ultimately excited for our kids.
And then we were off to watch a football game that people will surely be talking about for years to come.
Use all those sports things like nail biting, like seconds away from the closing, and we get to what, 27-24. What a close game it was, but Lara did lose the bet, and the bet is that she had to dress up and serve me breakfast. Lara, is this?
That's what you get.
It's a maybe you don't notice this, but it's a gorgeous leprechaun. What is this called? Apron.
It's an apron,
and a bucket hat with
yes,
shamrock.
I lost the bet, and I do want to say congratulations to Notre Dame. You guys, it was a great game. It was a great game.
Coach Freeman standing on this field until almost 1 o'clock in the morning taking pictures with fans.
He's the best. He's the best. And Sam, I understand that you did a little research.
I did some research, Lara, because I'm still confused by the lion-bear thing. But it finds out, or I found out, that it's basically not a...
It didn't always look like that.
Right.
It used to look like this.
Right.
Like it was, I think in the 70s that they changed what the mascot looked like. And I just want to clarify to our executive, there it is. See, that's how it used to look.
Right.
Today he is the gorgeous...
A little more confusing.
No, he's not. He's perfect. He is the most perfect mascot. And I just want to say, Nittany isn't a type of lion, it's a place. It's a mountain, Mount Nittany, which is near Penn State, which is where that lion roared. in the past. Hey, also, just want to say thank you to Coach Franklin for taking time right before the game to speak with us. Really do appreciate that. And again, congratulations, Notre Dame.
There goes Sam's breakfast.
That's your breakfast.
Well, Linsey, you paid off your bet there, Lara. You're looking good now. I know it hurts, but you're looking good regardless. And I guess the line concept was different.
Love you, Penn State. Love you guys.
It changed like that. That was interesting. Yeah. Looked a little hot, though, that old one. Maybe that's why.
We are back with the tennis player who revealed she was competing while being treated for breast cancer last year and won a bronze medal at the Paris Olympics. Eva Pilgrim here with her story. Good morning, Eva.
Good morning, George. Gabriela Dabrowski had a great year playing tennis, but now she's revealing what was unseen, sharing on Instagram that she was battling breast cancer and how it has changed her perspective on life.
She's a four-time Grand Slam doubles champion and Olympics mixed doubles medalist.
It's a superb performance from Dabrowski.
But this morning, 32-year-old doubles tennis great Gabriela Dabrowski is opening up, telling the world she has breast cancer.
They break again, and they will serve for the championships.
It was shocking as someone who would consider themselves relatively healthy, but cancer doesn't discriminate.
In an Instagram post, Gabby revealing she felt a lump in her breast during a self-exam in spring of 2023. She says a doctor initially told her it was nothing. A year later, another doctor had a different opinion.
The WTA Tour is the tour that I play on, and they organize these very comprehensive physicals. She wasn't sure what it was, but she said she wanted me to get it scanned to make sure that we knew what it was.
After receiving her diagnosis in April 2024, she had 2 surgeries and made the courageous decision to play through her treatment.
What a pickup from Dabrowski. It was an Olympic year, and I really, really wanted to be able to compete at them because I'm 32 and it could be my last Olympics.
Dabrowski's resilience led to big wins in 2024, including a women's doubles victory at the WTA Finals in November.
Dabrowski and Rowland are relentless in Riyadh.
Initially, she says she was hesitant to go public, but choosing to speak out after she says she realized she was part of something bigger than herself.
I really feel like it's a privilege to be a part of the sisterhood of breast cancer survivors. And it's come to a place of peace and of wanting to help and give back.
Yeah, and Gabby says, I am okay and will be okay. Really wanted people to remember early detection saves lives. She feels, you heard her say, it's a privilege to be a survivor, even commenting that if you saw her smiling more on the court last year, that was real. This experience has given her so much more gratitude for her life and for what she's able to do.
What a terrific story.
Yeah.
Incredible.
We are going to go now to our GMA book club pick for January, Homeseeking by debut author Carissa Chen, and I sat down with her to talk about it.
Congratulations on being named a GMA book club pick.
I'm so excited.
How did you find out?
I was out with friends and I didn't check my phone the whole day. And I finally get this text message from my publicist being like, please check your email right now. There's actually probably a video somewhere of me like really excited.
Okay, we need that video.
Oh my
God! Carissa Chen's debut novel, Homeseeking, spans 60 years and thousands of miles, following Hai Wen and Suchi from Shanghai to Los Angeles.
Homeseeking is a story of 2 childhood friends. They fall in love, but before they can really progress in their relationship, the Chinese Civil War breaks out. Hai Wen enlists in the army and they are separated, and they are reunited in their 70s in LA. And that's when they start exploring if there's a possibility for a second chance.
The epic story inspired by Chen's own family history.
So the genesis of this book really came in 2005. My grandfather had passed away and we were going through his things, and we found this photograph of him weeping in front of his mother's grave. That was the first time I'd ever seen him cry, and it was really moving to me. I learned later that when he was 19 years old, he had gone to Taiwan, and because of the Chinese Civil War, he was not able to return to Shanghai, where he was from. So he never saw his mother again. And I found out that his story was not unique, that actually he was one of 2 million people who had gone to Taiwan, often with the army, thinking they would go back to China within a few years and never be able to go back.
Chen, working on Homeseeking for a decade,
I was really interested in specifically these stories of families that have been separated. Obviously, there was a lot of background research about, the war and, what the context of the big political forces are. But what's really moving to me was how that played out on a human level.
Do you believe, after doing all of this research and all of this work on your own family and your story, that it is possible to find home again?
Yes, absolutely. To me, home is about the people, right? And for Haiwen and Suchi, even though throughout their lives, they're moving from place to place, they're learning new languages, they're learning, new names and how to be among new people. I think part of what sustains them and part of what is really home for them is their love for each other and their love for their family. They always have home with them.
And guys, it is a really beautiful book. Vivid imagery, beautiful, and about belonging, which I think is a universal topic we can all appreciate. Carissa Chen's Homeseeking is available now, and you can scan that QR code to get it. Coming up, Scam Goddess podcaster Laci Mosley is here. Stay with us.
Well, we are back now with the Scam Goddess. Laci Mosley's award-winning comedy podcast covers famous frauds and cons, and now she's diving deeper in a new TV series from ABC News Studios. We got to say good morning to you, Laci.
Good morning to you, King.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. I'm a big fan of yours, and I know you started your podcast 2019.
Yes.
Then next thing you know, you wrote a book, and now you have this series coming out, and you go behind the scenes of these crimes, and you speak to the people involved.
Yes.
It seems really fascinating to me. But what does it mean to be a scam goddess?
Well, I do want to clarify that on national television.
Yes, please do.
Because I am Scam Goddess, and I did name my podcast and my book and my television show all Scam Goddess. We're keeping the brand strong. But I am not a criminal. I am not a criminal.
People think you are because of the name.
They do, yes. I'm actually here to warn and protect people against scams. And it is a comedy show. There is some lighthearted moments in all of it, but it's mostly because I'm making fun of the scammers. I think they're very unserious people. But when I'm speaking to victims, it's a lot more like emotional and empathetic. And
how do you balance that? Because you are a comedian. This is a comedy show, but these are very real scams. So how do you balance that?
So I balance it with going beyond the headline. A lot of times, like if you see a headline like Ghanaian prince scams people in Ohio out of $14 million, you think, oh my God, that's so ridiculous, right? But then when you sit down with the victims in that town and get to know the culture, you start to realize how close these scams are to all of our doors. Yeah, so when I'm speaking to someone who has been a victim of a scam, it's more so about sharing information, erasing shame. You're not a fool if you've been scammed. You're not dumb. We all have needs, and there's always going to be someone who wants to prey on those needs.
Yeah, and you research scams for years.
Yes.
So what is your best advice to avoid falling for one?
My best advice to avoid falling for one is to know that you can fall for one. A lot of people think it's so ridiculous, and I say scammers are fishermen, right? So maybe that's not your bait, but I'd hate to see you on the hook. So if you see some weird things, don't assume it would never happen to you.
Yeah, and did you say something like say it out loud?
Yeah, say it out loud, call a friend. You'd be surprised when you say something out loud how ridiculous it sounds.
If I give you $1 and I get $1 million back tomorrow, oh, that sounds like a scam.
Because the taxes and fees, Bruno Mars needs $20,000 from my grandmother.
Okay, and now you say it out loud, it does make it seem like it is ridiculous. Okay, but we're going to talk about the first episode. It covers Rita Crundwell, who scammed she was the largest municipal fraud in U.S. history.
Yes.
And you had a chance to talk to the whistleblower.
Yes.
So let's take a look.
So I took the statement and I hid it down in my car. And then about 3 days later, the mayor came into my office and he started to talk to me how bad we were in dire straits, the city. And I just sat back and I said, Jim, I have something to tell you. I said, I've gotten a statement from Fifth Third. I said, I've never seen this bank account before. So he immediately called the FBI.
No hesitation?
No.
Always, eventually you get caught.
Yeah.
And if you had an opportunity to speak to one scammer, who would it be and what would you ask them?
Anna Delvey.
Really?
Yes. I love that she spoke to the judge and said, I am not a good person. Stand in your truth, queen. Okay. But I would love to know how she targeted her marks, like what to look out for, who she would prey on, so I can be the exact opposite.
It's pretty interesting that she would say that, because most people would say, I am a good person and I had no ill intention. I think you need to make that happen.
I want to make that happen. Anna, if you're out there, if you're listening, you know, tap that ankle bracelet and get at me, okay?
There's the comedy side right there. But ladies, we appreciate you being here. We really do. And Scam Goddess, it premieres Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern on Freeform. It'll be available to stream on Hulu the next day. Make sure you check it out.
Yes.
And yeah, be careful out there.
Be careful.
Be careful.
Thank you all for watching.
Have a great weekend. See you next week.
Take care.